What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Today I'm going to be looking at this Dragon Link combo that I found on this DBGrinder video. I will have the link of that video in the description, but it was during this like Iron Man thing. It was like a $125 tournament. Anyways, the Dragon Link went first, and it kind of went really fast for me. I actually know what a lot of these cards do. I've looked at Dragon Link a little bit before, but obviously the deck has changed so much since LP has been banned, and it's like 100% when you look at something like this, you can tell it is not dead at all. It's crazy what this deck can do. There's so many small niche interactions in this combo, so I just feel like it's a really good one to slow down to help you really understand what Dragon Link does, because it definitely did that for me. Anyways, this is like I think I mentioned this. This is a literal reconstruction of every single card that went down. There's no changes to it. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Alright, so we can start with Quick Launch, which is nuts. It's just a free special summon from the deck, no restrictions at all on anything. Destroyed during the end phase, yeah. I'm sure it'll last that long on the field. So you can go ahead and grab a Rokket Tracer. Of course, this is like the best Rokket monster. It's a tuner, that's a level 4 tuner, which is pretty much like the best level, other than maybe one. And he gets to pop cards on your field as a quick effect to get you other Rockets from the deck. It's a lot of advantage. Alright, so you can convert, that Rokket Tracer into Striker Dragon. Of course, this card is limited, but since this is an actual Rokket deck, it's not really used for zones anymore. It's more used to actually get the field spell and use its effect to special summon some Rockets from your hand. Then you can chain from your hand at Noctovision Dragon. If a Dark Dragon monster is special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card. Sweet. And then if the card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you get to draw one card, which will definitely come up here. Alright, so, Striker Dragon searches the boot sector launch. So everything just pluses off of it, one another. Then you can use, like, a seldom used effect. I feel like people, it's almost like no one knows what this card's actual effect is other than searching boot sector launch. But it can target itself, basically, and then a rocket monster in your graveyard, destroy that monster, so you can destroy itself, and then add the other monster to the graveyard to the hand. So you can get that Rokket Tracer back and special summon it with boot sector launch, later on in the combo. You have to really think ahead. You have to understand this deck so much to even play it anymore. But there is a ton of potential. All right, so we can just keep going here. Chaos Space, send a light, add a dark, vice versa. So you can go ahead and pitch this Rokket Synchron, which actually does come up later. You have to all your discards and everything. You have to be thinking about, because later on you'll be able to special summon back these Rokket Synchrons using Quad Whirl's effect. So it's really good to have that level 1 tuner, which is nuts. Alright, so now you can use the effect of the White Dragon Wyver Burster, whatever it's called, by banishing the Striker Dragon. It's just a free special summon that searches. And now we're going to activate this huge chain, right? So you definitely want to do it in this order, though, pretty much. Although I wouldn't say it, not the order that I did it, but Chain Link 1 has to be the Noctovision Dragon, because it draws one card. You want that to be last and then do all your searches later. But if you're trying to, do proper chain blocking, I would do Romulus Chain Link 2 and then White Dragon Wyvern Burster 3, although it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But yeah, the Noctovision is more important because you want to make sure you don't accidentally draw into this and then you don't get the extra draw 1, basically, if that makes sense, if you order it the wrong way. Alright, and off the top, again, this was from the duel, they got a Dragon Maid Cleanup, which is just super crazy. It's also good discard fodder. Alright, now you can use the effect of Black Dragon Clap Serpent. Must be summoned from the hand by banishing the light monster, and then it can search white, all that good stuff. So this was actually pretty interesting because you could actually already activate Chaos Space to draw one card, but to get more pluses later on, you want to actually wait to shuffle back this White Dragon, because when this goes to the graveyard, it searches it again, so you don't get it later. It's just another plus in the deck, basically. Alright, so, they drew into this Forbidden Droplets off the Chaos Space, which was really sick, too. But these aren't, less important, because the end board is still super, super good. Doesn't just depend on you getting these, crazy cards off the top. Alright, and then, Black effect to, research for the white, which you just shuffled back. So that means there's, less cards in your deck. More good stuff is going to happen when you use, the Chaos Monster to send some cards to the graveyard. It's a very small interaction, but it's just maximizing the combo to a T. You can tell they practice so much when they do stuff like that. All right, boot sector launch. And then you can use the effect to special summon the Rokket Tracer. Haven't even used that effect yet, by the way, so we're going to do that. Pop the field spell, and then from the deck you can go ahead and grab a Rokket Recharger. It's just a level 4, it's kind of the most important part. Alright, and then we haven't, this hand hasn't even normal summoned yet, so you can go ahead and normal summon the Safer, which is like super important because, you can ban, like after it goes to the graveyard, you can banish it from the graveyard, then target a level 8 light or dark dragon monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So if you can Foolish Burial something like, I don't know, Levianeer, you can just banish it and grab it back and then use the effect. So it's almost like it's kind of like a searcher. There's like a 2-part searcher for Levianeer, which wasn't like all that normal anymore. Especially, with LP Band, it became really difficult to do. Alright, so now you can go into the Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. If you don't know what this card does, you get to execute the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 light or dark monster from it, send the rest of the cards to the graveyard. So there's like all these good graveyard effects, and also you're just like adding any monster to your hand that you can peep off the top. So that you go ahead and, Chaos Space goes, Apsa Router, Ghost Ogre, and Dragon Maid. So they ended up adding, a Ghost Ogre, which actually is, I think, gaining a little bit of popularity because of Sword Soul. That's actually a pretty good effect against it. So we might see the card kind of come back into light again. And since Apsa Router was sent to the graveyard, you get to add a Rokket to the hand, and that can be a Rokket Synchron, although I don't think it ends up being used. It's just another plus. Alright, so you can convert the Chaos Ruler and the Recharger into a Quad Boral. Quad Boral's effect to discard specifically the Tiding, because that will come up in a second, you'll see. Target itself, obviously, and then you can, bring back 2 Rokket monsters with different names, I'm pretty sure. So you can bring back your tuners, I mean to say. So your Rokket Tracer and your Rokket Synchron. Tiding's effect, so you can banish it from the graveyard, special summon a Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Obviously sent that off a Chaos Ruler too. And it's going to come back, and Chamber Dragon Maid, which is, I think, it's getting a reprint in the Gold series. When it's normal or special summon, you can add a Dragon Maid spell or trap, so you can just basically add another copy of Tiding, which is, yep, there you go. Alright, then you convert, the Tracer and the Dragon Maid into a Borreload Savage Dragon. It's obviously Synchro 8. Equipping the Romulus. Then you can use the effect of Dragon Ravine. Remember when that was searched like a billion years ago? You can chuck the white and also Foolish Burial, that Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Remember that 2-part combo I was talking about to add this to your hand? Yeah, you're going to do it here because of the Starleet is going to banish itself. You can add it to the hand. Then you can banish, 3 darks. That way you're shuffling 1 card from their hand. They're only starting with 5 cards to go against this monster board you're about to, set up. Then you can use the effect of Chaos. It has another, like, insane effect. Basically, you can banish a light and a dark from the graveyard, and then special summon the cards. Okay, just bring back this giant, Synchro monster. And you brought back the Synchron, which was discarded a long time ago. That's like big brain plays here. And go into a sick card, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Like, it kind of disappeared, after Agripane was banned, but obviously you can now make it in this deck pretty comfortably, considering how much how much interaction you're doing, like chaos stuff in this deck, and you're drawing and plussing. It's crazy. Pretty much go through your whole deck in a combo. Like, you're just gonna be able to search anything that you want as long as you open like just semi decently. But yeah, then you can set the Tiding and the Forbidden Droplets, whatever you drew off the top. But even if they were to Dark-Will No More, you still have a couple of forms of interaction, which is probably enough to just end everything, which is cool. And just follow-up play, whatever you have, access code talker, all that good stuff. So yeah, that was that kind of crazy combo explained step by step. Hopefully that helped you. That definitely helped me. It was really cool to see that. But other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.